Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a review of the Necrons Codex that just have been released this last weekend by Games Workshop. So I had a fast read on the rules, and I focused mainly on the special rules and on the different units. I didn't look into the Warlord Lord of Wars, and I didn't look into the formations. I just look on the different units that we have in the codex to see how they change. I don't play Necrons normally, but I'm facing them a lot of times because I have a friend that is playing Necrons. So it was a good opportunity also for me to learn how will change and what is the new from this codex. As usual, I will start from the end because I think the knowing the special rules and how they change is important. We will go through the Warlord traits, and then I will go through the units, and I will also talk a little bit about the new formation that we have in the codex. So, first, if we talk about the rules, there are no two rules. One is the reanimation protocols, and now the reanimation protocols are working like the Feel No Pain, with the difference that you can also use the reanimation protocols against instant death weapons. In that case, instead of doing the reanimation protocols on 5+, that is the standard roll, you will have -1 to your dice roll. On the other side, you also can improve. There are some objects and there are some abilities to improve your reanimation protocols, but never can be better than 4+. So the reanimation protocols are going to be 4+ if you have any boost, 5+ as default, 6+ when you receive a wound from instant death and you don't have any boost. Then we have the living metal. The living metal now ignores Q shaken, the effect of Q shaken, and if you have a heavy or super heavy vehicle, it will not die on 6+, so you can recover 1 whole point on 6+. And then we have the Warlord traits. I find the Warlord traits some good and other not that good. So the first one I think is quite good, is giving Eternal Warrior to your Warlord. The second one is giving 0, the special rule, not good, not bad. The next one I think is the weakest one. The faction within 12 inches reroll failed morale, pinning and fear test. I don't know what you are making your unit. It's not bad, but it's not the one I like it more. Then the next one is while the warlord is alive, you might add or subtract 1 from any of your reserves. This is quite good. It's helping you to manipulate the reserve and also to seize the initiative. You can add 1. The next one is giving Relentless and Crusader all the Necrons within 12 inches of the Necron Lord. And the last one I think is the weakest one. You have to challenge, and you cannot deny any challenge. If you make a challenge and your opponent is not accepting the challenge, then you had hatred against the unit. And I think that's all for the Warlord traits. So now I will talk a little bit. This codex comes with a new organization chat, and I think it's used. If I look here, it's because I have here my notes, and I think it's made to be more related to the fluff. So you can use, I guess, the normal one. There's nothing says that you cannot use the normal. The normal organization chat, but they come with one that is very special. First, they divide the codex in core, auxiliary, and command. Sorry. So you have to take a core. This is mandatory. You can take 0 to 1 royal court, that is the one that is considered command. And then you can take up to 10 auxiliary. And these are not units. If you look at the organization, what we have in the royal court, if you want to take the royal court, it's composed by 1 overlord, 1 to 3 lords, and 1 to 3 cryptex. So this is the way for you to deploy a lot of Warlord. And you will see that, I think, you will a lot of HQs, sorry. And I think this is the way for you to go with a lot of HQs. Also, in Modec, the Stormlord can be deployed as in the place of the Overlord. So, and any other Overlord or Lord that you have as a special character. Now, if we go to what we have as core, we have what is called the Reclamation Legion. You have to take one Overlord. You can take 0 to 2 units of Lich Ward, 1 to 4 units of Immortals, 2 to 8 units of Necron Warriors, 1 to 3 units of Stoneblades, and 0 to 3 Monoliths. So the minimum you have to take is one Overlord, 1 unit of Immortals, 2 units of Warriors, and 1 unit of Stoneblades. This is the minimum, and then up to you can increase the number of units. If you want to take other units, then you have to take this is the mandatory. So the minimum is 1 Overlord, 1 Immortal, 2 Necron Warriors, and 3 Stoneblades. If you take that, then you can take what I explained before, one group composed by 1 Overlord, 1 to 3 Lords, and 1 to 3 Whippets. But on top of that, you can take 10 combinations of the next type. It's like formation, but they're not really formation, of the next groups. So you can take 1 Judicator Battalion, and it's composed by 1 Triarch and a Stalker, and 2 Triarch Praetorians. Or you can take the Destroyer Cult, that is a Destroyer Lord, 3 units of Destroyers, and 0 to 1 Heavy Destroyers. Or you can take the Canopted Harvest, that is 1 Canopted Spider, 1 unit of Canopted Wraith, and 1 unit of Canopted Scarps. You can take 1 Stargord, that is 1 Sea Tank, can be the Nightbringer, or can be any of the set tanks, I think. The Deceiver, the Nightbringer, or the Tresac Bolt. So you can take a Flayed Ones, 1 unit of Flayed Ones, 1 unit of Death Marks, 1 Annihilation Nexus that is composed by 2 Annihilation Barges and 1 Doomsday Arc. The Living Tome, that is 1 Obelisk, and 0 to Monolith. So as you see here, you can take Lord of Wars unit. And the last is the Deathbringer Flight, that is 2 to 4 Doomsteeds. So as you see here, there are a lot of combinations that you can do with the army, but it's more restricted by blocks. So some units are alone, and other units, if you want to take it, you have to take other units that are together with that unit. So this is making the choice quite interesting. I think it's a different way to do your army. So I guess we are going to see more Necrons try to do that. And as you will see, I think the Overlords and the Lords will add a lot to your army. So maybe people is interested to take more, because you will see that the Cryptex, the Lords, are restricted as a normal HQ, so they are not squads anymore, like used to be the Cryptex, that's 1 entry you can take more than Cryptex. Now you can only take 1 Cryptex per entry. So, or you go unbound, or you can use this parallel organization chat, and then you take the Royal Court, where you can then field another Overlord, Lords, and Cryptex. And now let's go. Let's talk a little bit about some of the equipment that just have changed and will change the way. Let's look first at the equipment, and then once we talk at the equipment, we can go to the HQs and start looking at the units. I think in this first part I will just talk about this and the HQs, depending how long is the video, then the rest on other parts. So the only things that I want to talk, there are equipment that I pinpoint from the list. One is called the Tachyon Arrow. This can be taken by the Lord Overlord. It's 1 use, but it's 120 inches, strength 10 AP1. So if you is 1 shot that will almost won't penetrate anything. Is 1 use, and the cost in points, I don't have it here. The cost in points is 10 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's 25. So it's quite expensive for what it gives. Then we have also the gauntlet fire, that is a flamer that also can be taken by the lords and overlords. But you will see that all the lords and overlords come equipped with the Staff of Light, especially if they are not unique characters. Also the equip text. So mainly all the HQs comes with the Staff of Light. That is 12 inches, strength 5, AP 3, assault 3. So these lords and these HQs are coming with a very good shooting weapon from very short range. What else we have? We have then they have the melee weapons. The most interesting maybe it's the war seat. It's the only AP2 close combat. It's not the only. It's the AP2 close combat weapon that we have in the Codex. If I have not lost now my page. So what we have in close combat and melee, we have in melee the lords only can have 3 types of weapons. One is the Hyperface sword, that is AP3 melee. Then they have the Boil Blade, that is AP4 melee. Have the Entropic Strike, that is like the scarps. With 6 you always do a wound or do a glancing hit, and have rending. And then you have the War Seat, that is you have to pay 20 points extra for that one, and it's +2 to your strength, and it's AP2. But you have, so it's quite strong. Another thing that is interesting now, and I think it's going to change a lot the way of playing. The reanimation protocols now is throw at the moment that you miss your save. It's not like before that you put your meters down and then you throw at the end of the phase. No, it's stated that this saving throw and can be used again. So it's called here, when a model with this special rule suffers on safe wound, it can take a special reanimation protocol roll to avoid being wounded. So it's throw, and then says reanimation protocol roll may even take against his this is not a saving throw, and so can be used against attack that state no save of any kind allowed. Reanimation protocol rolls may even be taken against hits with instant death, a special rule, but cannot be used against destroyer weapons or any special rule attack that states that the model is removed from play. So it's like feel no pain in that case. And if you have feel no pain and reanimation protocols, you have to choose if you want to use one or the other. So the end is working very similar to feel no pain, a little bit better. So coming back to the equipment, equip that have been nerfed a lot, and I think was before was mass taken, and now I don't know if we are going to see this anymore on the battlefield, are the what's called this, the Mind Shackle Scarps. Now they cause fear and they have to roll on 3d6, and it's not affected if you have Fearless or I shall know no fear. So this means that Mind Shackle Scarabs now cost only 10 points, but most likely not a lot of people is going to use that one. Then we have the Phylactery. The Phylactery also, all the way as the reanimations have changed completely, all the rules have changed quite a lot. Also how the equipment is working. So this is why I think we are going to see quite different way of working. So the Phylactery, a model keeper with Phylactery has a will not die special rule, so it's quite different. It's not the same as before. And the Resurrection Orb, now it's increasing. It's making you. It's giving the ability to repeat. Sorry, the reanimation protocol. So imagine when you when the Resurrection Orb, but it's only when used per battle. So one time in the battle, you activate the Resurrection Orb. For this turn, the unit can reroll the reanimation protocol, so making the unit quite resilient. If you combine this with some stuff that can give you 4+, it's going to be quite strong. But it's not as strong, I think, as it used to be. And then we have the Phase Shifter, that is a 4+ invulnerable save. We don't have a 2+ armor as a common artifact, we have the 2+ armor as artifacts of the Aeons, and a model might take one of the following. So when you take is like the relics, you only can take one of them, and here you will need to be very choiceful, because I think this is quite some good stuff, but it's going to be difficult to choose. So let's do a review. So we have the Gauntlet of Conflagrator. It's a template, strength 7, AP2, assault 1. I think this is more, and it's costing 30 points. Then we have the Nightmare's Road, that is 35 points, and is the one that confers 2+ armor save and fear special rule. In addition, once per game during the friendly shooting phase, the VR can choose one enemy unit at 18 inches. The unit must immediately take a morale check. Units with fearless or they shall know no fear, a special rule, pass the test automatically. Then we have the Orb of Eternity, that is doing the same as the Orb of Resurrection, but is giving a +1 bonus. So imagine that you put this on the Necron Warriors or in the Mortals. You have 3+ armor save, 4+ resurrection reanimation protocols, and 4+ you can repeat it in case you fail this one. So 3 saving throws, making the unit super resilient for that turn. We have the Solar Staff. It's 12 inches, strength 5, AP3, assault 3, blind, solar pulse, and the solar pulse is 1 per game. You can activate, and you eliminate the night fighting rules if they are in play. And on top of that, the unit has to do a snap shooting when shooting to the unit of the Lord and the unit where this Lord or the person is, the character is in. Then we have the Veil of Darkness. The bearer of the Veil of Darkness have Deep Strike special rule. In addition, once per game, at the start of the friendly movement phase, the bearer can use Veil of Darkness to remove himself and his unit from the table even if they are locked in close combat, and they can immediately appear anywhere following the Deep Strike rules. So very interesting one, this one as well. And then we have the last one, that is the Void Reaper. It's a strength +2, AP2, melee, armor vein, flesh vein, mastercraft to hand. So you have to be choiceful. I think most of the people will take most likely the armor 2+, combine, it will depend a lot how you want to use, and we are going to go now on the HQs. I think will depend a lot how you want to use your HQs and so on. So this for me the most important part on the artifacts, and now we can go do a fast review on the different units. And let's start reviewing now the HQs. So the first HQ that we find in the Codex is the Overlord. I think have the same profile as before, weapon and ballistic skill 5. I will not go to the profile. I will go more how can be used. The weak point is, the abilities are good, the toughness is high, is 5. And the weak point is initiative 2. Have 3+ armor save and doesn't have any invulnerable save. And it's costing 80 points for the Overlord. Here I think you have 2 builds. Or you and as I say, all these come with the Staff of Light. So they have 12 inches, 3 shots of strength 5 AP3. So you can use the Overlord I think in 2 ways. Or you're still using him as a close combat guy, by taking into account that you don't have any more Mind Shackles, scabs, so against most of the strongest characters. So if Demon Prince or Great Demon is coming to you, you will die, most likely, because you don't have any way to stop now these guys. Or you can use it as a supporting, but then I think if you want to use it as a supporting, unless you are obliged to take the Overlord, I will look more the Lords. The Lords for 50 points. We have the lesser version of this one. Of course, they still have toughness and strength 5, but they have abilities 4. But on their cost, they only cost 50 points, and it's a good way to have supporting characters, and they're very cheap. So you can give them the Orb of Resurrection, and then you will start having some units with supporting, and also that you can take other stuff for supporting. I will not pay more attention, so I think Overlord is a build if you want something for close combat. Overlord can do this. If you just go for supporting, I will consider more the Lord than the Overlord. Then we have the Cryptek. The Cryptek, I think, is a supporting HQ. Doesn't have, he lost most of the equipment that he used to have. You still have the Staff of Light that is you give in shooting. You can take the Flammer, but remember that the Flammer was costing, the Flammer now is a Strength 7, AP 2, Assault 1, and is costing 30 points, so it's a lot of points for this Flammer now. But maybe if you go in a Doom Seat, in a nice seat is a good. The Cryptek also cannot take close combat stuff or shooting stuff. Can only take Techno Arcana or artifacts of the Ions. So I think it's going to take the role of supporting and other units. It's more expensive than the Lord. You have to take this into account. It's costing 65 points, and it's because it's doing have the Techno Master rule. So the reanimation protocols have +1. So you will have +1 to the reanimation protocols. This is why I think Crypteks are going to be much popular. They give +1 to the reanimation protocols, and you don't need to add anything else to these guys. Just put it on your key units that you want to protect. So you give 4+ reanimation protocols, 5+ if they cause instant death. I think Crypteks are going to be quite a good choice. 65 points to boost your reanimation protocols. Then we have the Destroyer Lord. I think the Destroyer Lord is very focused to the close combat. Its toughness, with his toughness 6 is making him very strong. I will take then the seat, the war seat, to give AP 2 +2. Strength is going to be Strength 7, AP 2, and then you can also take the special equipment that is giving the 2+ armor save. So it's going to be expensive, but you can make a tank. You have to give some saves to this guy. You have to give the invulnerable save. If not, you can be in a problem. So, but it's going to be quite a strong guy, and is the only one that I think it will go close to 200 points, but can be quite good in close combat with a nice shooting. Remember that they have the light of the Staff of Light. Then we go to the unique characters. We go to the name characters. First we have Nemesor. Nemesor, I will not give all the name because it's quite difficult to pronounce. It's costing 150 points. Have the Staff of Light, I have the Phase Shifter, so have the 4+ invulnerable save, have 2+ armor save. So it's very resilient. The only problem I see in that guy is that it's not here, they don't say that it's equipped. I don't know if they go equipped by default with one of the AP3 weapons or AP4 weapons, but it's not saying anything here. So it's very resilient with toughness 5, 2+ armor, and the Phase Shifter, but have not punch in close combat. It's for me what is missing. And then we have the next one we have is the Barguard. Barguard have very good weapon skill, have the war seat, so making him quite strong in close combat, have the armor 2+, have not, as far as I know, have not any invulnerable save, but you will have the reanimation protocols that in such a way can do a similar thing. I think this is going to be a close combat and quite good. It's costing 120 points, and I think goes equipped with the key to be a good close combat overlord. Yeah, we have to take into account as well that all the Necrons have only initiative 2, so you are going to be most likely the last one in hitting. And then once per game, at the start of any friendly unit, Barguard Oblivion can use the Ghost Wall Mantle to remove himself and his unit from the table if they are not in. So they can use the same, that you disappear and you do Deep Strike. if you are not in close combat, what can be quite interesting to avoid shooting. You can deploy them on the battlefield. You teleport him at the beginning of the battle close to the enemy lines, and then you will be ready to assault. Very interesting, very nice tactics. The next one we have is the Illuminor. Illuminor is costing 110 points. Is completely a supporting HQ. Is whenever put him in close combat. Is mainly with have a very strong shooting, and is made to boost some of your units, with the how it's called this can boost one of the units with the special ability, and have a good shooting that is 36 inches, strength 8, AP2, so and is lance, so can almost can hit anything, and axis and if in a unit 6 inches from him, we have the +1 to the reanimation protocols. So it's clearly a lot to avoid the close combat, to keep at the back and just keep it there shooting and supporting the other units. There is a lot of lores here. We have the Orican. No. The Orican I have here is a good supporting, is good on close combat, but is lacking armor in that case, because he has armor 4. So have the phase shifter, so we'll have the 4+. Always will save a 4+, and then they will have the reanimation protocols. And we'll have, again, given +1 to the reanimation protocols. So Orican and all models in the with the reanimation protocols special rule in his unit receive +1 to the reanimation protocol rolls and can reroll saving throws of 1. So it's making him very resilient, and it's making a unit very resilient. So it's another good supporting guy. Have an AP2 weapon in case it's going to close combat. So it's not bad, but I have not the armor. The save is going to be always 4+. So it's quite a good guy in close combat. Maybe to keep together, to put together in a close combat unit that can protect him from receiving strikes back. Sorry. And then we have Arankir, the Traveler. Arankir have is not bad in close combat. Have the war seat, have a good shoot, have the tachyon arrow. So the one shot of strength 10, armor 3, so it's like an overlord, normal overlord up to this point. The point here is at the start of the shooting phase, choose enemy vehicle, so it can use an enemy vehicle and shoot with the weapon of the enemy vehicle, but it's a very interesting ability. And at the start of the game, before the forces have deployed, nominate one of friendly unit of immortals, and they will have furious charge and counter attack with special rules. It's a good way to protect some immortals from being assaulted. Now we go to the last special character. Is Tracing, the Infinite. And this guy is quite weird. Has not a big punch, have not a big. The only thing is that it's going to be very. If you plan it well, it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to kill this guy, because on 2+, he will reanimate. So if die with 2+, you can substitute one of your characters that is at the range of. The thing is. Choose another friendly Necron infantry character, excluding the unique models. Remove that model as a casualty, and Tracing is in place. So on 2+ you will come again back. It's not giving anything. It's just if you want a warlord that is difficult to kill. And then have a close combat weapon that is +2 strength AP4. So in close combat you will not want this guy in close combat. You just want this guy in case you want a cheap overlord or lord, I don't know if it's overlord or lord, this guy is an overlord, a cheap overlord that is difficult to kill. Then when it's killed, it's reappearing in another character of your army. In that way, if they are in a bad situation and is killed, you replace him by another character in another unit. The difficult thing here is, I don't think we have a lot of characters in the Necron army. I know I'm thinking, because normally the units don't have characters that like in other armies. So you have to plan. If you're using this ability, you have to plan for that thing. If not, I think it's yeah. If you want to use just this guy, because it's quite a useless guy. If a part of this ability, it's not giving too much to the army. And the last one is the Catacomb Command Barge. Now we have here the rules maybe more clear. It's an overlord, and then we have the Catacomb Command that is a chariot. So it states here that it's a chariot, skimmer, fast, open top, and character. And then you have one Catacomb Command Barge. It's costing 135 points. It have the quantum shielding is working as before the quantum shielding. You have armor 13 on front and sides. We'll have armor 11, 11, 11. So, and then you have the common wave, all friendly units with the Necrons faction within 12 inches of the Catacomb Barge reroll all Felon morale, pinning and fear test If your warlord is a Catacomb Barge with Immortal Obvious Warlord trait, then it's up to 80 inches. So it's a way to ensure that you will pass all the morale checks. Okay, and the Lord can take items from the melee, range, techno, arcana, and artifacts of eons. The Catacomb Command Barge might exchange the Gauss via Tesla. So it's just if you want a shooting platform, I don't know if I will put him in close combat. I have nothing more. You cannot. You don't have you have the shooting and the close combat. I'm not sure I will put this guy in close combat. And this is finishing now the HQs, and in the next video I will cover the rest of the units. I think this video is long enough. It's covering quite a lot of stuff, so I will cover the rest of the codex in the second part of this video. So please let me know what you think. I hope you like the video, and soon I will put the second part. So more likely tomorrow I will put the second part talking about the troops, the elites, fast attack, and the heavy support. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you later. Bye.